Hey everyone, Kyle once again. And before have more movie reviews to before I was gonna upload more movie reviews though, but this just immediately caught my attention. I mean, and this one was totally sad as well. Probably because this one I probably know from out of this year, some good actors have passed away, but this one, I mean, this is he's been around. He's been around for decades hosting, and that is of probably a lot of people's favorite game show host, Bob Barker, from The Price Is Right. Just died at the age of 99. By the time in December 12 would have been his birthday, he would have turned 100. You know, that was like almost like a couple years ago when Betty White, she just died one day short of turning 100 too. But that was one day short. But Bob Barker, this was like a few months before, so yeah. But Bob Barker, the host of The Price Is Right, 99 years old, just basically just died from old age. I mean, I enjoyed Bob Barker. I grew up with Bob Barker, but the thing is, though, my mom, she grew up watching Bob Barker from The Price Is Right ever since Price is Right started back in 1972. Yeah, 1972. So my mom, she was like about 9 when Price is Right first got started. Yeah. So my mom grew up watching Bob Barker on The Price Is Right. I'm sure a lot of people during that time did too. And I enjoyed Bob Barker. He always been a good host. I mean, Drew Carey. I mean, Drew Carey now hosting, of Price Is Right for the past over 15 years now. I mean, some people may not like that he hosted, may not like him as hosting his Price Is Right. Some people like him. My mom likes Drew Carey as hosting Price Is Right. I don't think he's not that bad. To me, I never thought he was bad hosting Price Is Right. I never thought he was bad. I never did. But the thing is, he's just not Bob Barker. That's the thing. But I mean, some good ones passed away like a couple of years. I mean, Alex Trebek from hosting Jeopardy. He passed away a couple of years ago. Which that was sad because Jeopardy, yeah, he's been around for since up until the time before he died. Jeopardy, Alex Trebek. Pat Sajak, he's still alive. He's been hosting Wheel of Fortune for decades as well, and he's in his 70s too. But Bob Barker, not only hosted Price Is Right, but he was also an animal rights activist, as well, because he liked animals, And what I always enjoyed, but what fun with Bob Barker I've always enjoyed was people will recognize Bob Barker when his role in Happy Gilmore, especially when he gets into the fight with Adam Sandler. Just kicked Adam Sandler's ass. You like that, old man? You want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing. Kicks his ass. The price is wrong, bitch. And then just and Bob Barker, I think you had enough. No? Kicks him in the face and now you had enough, bitch. And even to the point where the last episode of The Price Is Right, when the last time he was hosting, Adam Sandler appeared, out of nowhere to surprise him, And I remember that because I remember that Bob and Adam Sandler wrote a little poem about him, including involving when he got his ass kicked by him in Happy Gilmore. That was fun. So the last time he hosted Price Is Right was 2008 or 7 or 6. I don't remember, but it was around there though. But yeah, I mean, so it's like Drew Carey's been hosting Price Is Right for that many years now. Jeez. Yeah, but Bob Barker hosted ever since 1972. It's like 72, 82, 92, 2000. Like basically over 40 years. That's amazing. Yeah, my mom loved Bob Barker. When I just told her, she's like she was so saddened. He's like, oh, and his. I know she loved Bob Barker because, like I said, she grew up watching The Price is Right. She loved Bob Barker. I did too. I grew up watching The Price is Right with Bob Barker. And it was sad that when he retired, Drew Carey took over, but it was sad to hear now. Personally, I thought I wanted him to till December. I wanted him to see him turn 100. But you can't control any of that stuff. But yeah, Bob Barker, phenomenal game show host. Probably a lot of people say he was the best game show host. I know Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek were good too. And even what was his name from what was his name from when he hosted the original $100,000 Pyramid, Dick shit, man, I forgot. I hate when I do. I just drew a freaking blank. Dick Clark, yeah. Dick Clark. Yeah, a lot of people yeah, a lot of people liked Dick Clark back in the day especially when he hosted the original $100,000 Pyramid, And because I also remember when Dick Clark when he used to host the New Year's Eve party every year, hosting the New Year's Eve party in New York when the ball dropped, Yeah, Dick Clark. I know he was another great game show host as well. Yeah, but Bob Barker, he was also one of the best too. Sure, a lot of people would say he was the best game show host, especially because he did it for over 40 years. But I always enjoyed The Price is Right too. It was always been a fantastic game show. But yeah, Bob Barker, rest in peace, man. 99 years old, you were close to live 100. And like I said, even Betty White, she died 1 day short of turning 100. 1 day. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought that Bob Barker would have lived up to almost 100. Long and healthy life. And I know because him is animal rights. And also because he liked animals too. So, but I'm not too in depth on his animal rights stuff though. But as for The Price is Right, for many people who watched it for over 40 years, sure they're probably saddened too, But yeah, and I always enjoyed his funny role in Happy Gilmore. Just kicked Adam Sandler's ass. Now you had enough, bitch. That still makes me laugh. And like I said, it was nice that during his last time of hosting Price is Right, Happy Gilmore came on and said a little goodbye to him, and especially the little poem he read to him was like Bob Barker, and something, and he kicked my ass, and Happy Gilmore. But anyway, rest in peace, Bob Barker. The Price is Right will always be yours. I mean, Drew Carey, he was never that bad as I always kind of never thought he was a bad host for replacing Bob Barker, but a lot of people like him as the new host, for over 15 years now. But Bob Barker's always been the best. So, but anyway, rest in peace, Bob Barker. Left a nice legacy, for the game. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Like I said, my mom and all the other people who were like my mom grew up watching. I'm sure they're probably saddened too. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you. Because I was gonna upload more movie reviews now. So, 2 new films that came out this year, which more rants, but I've heard about this. I had to do this right away. So, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review, and we'll see you next time. And once again, rest in peace, Bob Barker. Rest in peace. Later.